If you want to live past 100, throw out everything the doctors told you. My name is Eleanor. I am 101 years old, and I ate 10 foods my whole life that everyone said would kill me. Spoiler alert, they did not. Now sit down and listen up. You know, when you get to be my age, everyone wants to know the secret. They ask me, Eleanor, how did you do it? And I tell them the truth. I ate well, I enjoyed my food, I never starved myself, and I certainly never ate anything that tasted like cardboard just because some doctor said it was good for me. So here we go. 10 foods that kept this old gal kicking. Number 1, butter. Real butter. Not that margarine nonsense they tried to push on us in the 70s. I am talking about rich, creamy, yellow butter from actual cows. My grandmother used to churn butter on her farm in Iowa. I would sit there as a little girl and watch her work that wooden churn until the cream turned thick and golden. Then she would spread it on warm cornbread and hand it to me. That taste, warm bread, melting butter, a little sprinkle of salt. Heaven. The doctors told me 50 years ago to stop eating butter. Said it would clog my arteries, kill me. Well, look at me now. Still here, still eating butter every single morning on my toast. I think the secret is you cannot be afraid of food. Food is not the enemy. Fear is. Number 2, eggs. Oh, the eggs. I have eaten eggs nearly every day of my life. Scrambled, fried, poached, boiled. When I was a young woman, we had chickens in the backyard. I would go out every morning, reach under those warm hens, and pull out fresh eggs, still warm. You have not lived until you have cracked open an egg that was laid an hour ago. The yolk is bright orange, almost red, so rich. During the war, eggs were precious. We rationed everything, but we had our chickens, so we had eggs. And let me tell you, those eggs kept me strong. I would fry 2 eggs in butter and eat them with a slice of bread. Simple, delicious, perfect. The doctors told me I was eating too many eggs. Your cholesterol, your heart, blah, blah, blah. I ignored them. And guess what? I am 101. My heart works just fine. Number 3, red meat. Oh, here we go. I can hear the gasps already. Yes, red meat, steak, roast beef, lamb chops. I ate it all, and I still do. Once a week, at least. My father was a butcher. We always had good meat in our house. He would bring home the best cuts, thick ribeye steaks, tender roasts, and my mother would cook them perfectly, seared on the outside, pink and juicy on the inside. The smell of that meat cooking, it filled the whole house. I remember my first steak dinner with my husband, God rest his soul. We went to this fancy restaurant in Chicago, 1945. The war had just ended. He ordered us both T-bone steaks. I cut into that steak, and the juice ran out onto the plate. I took one bite, and I thought, this is what life is supposed to taste like. Now, they tell you red meat is bad, causes cancer, causes everything under the sun. Well, I have been eating it for 101 years, and I am still here. You can keep your tofu. I will take my ribeye. Number 4, potatoes. Oh, honey, I love potatoes. Mashed, roasted, fried, baked. Any way you make them, I will eat them. Potatoes are comfort. They are home. My mother made the best mashed potatoes. She would boil them until they were soft, then mash them with butter, cream, and a little bit of salt. So smooth, so creamy. I would eat a whole bowl of them. Pure heaven. People say potatoes make you fat. Nonsense. Potatoes are good for you. They fill you up, give you energy, and if you cook them right, with real butter and real cream, they taste like a dream. I have eaten potatoes my whole life, and I am still thin as a rail. Number 5, chocolate. Oh yes, dark chocolate to be specific. I eat a piece every single day, after lunch, like clockwork. I discovered dark chocolate when I was in my 40s, the real stuff, 70% cocoa, and it changed my life. It was bitter, rich, complex, not just sweet, it had depth. I would break off one square, let it sit on my tongue, let it melt slowly. The flavor would just bloom, first bitter, then sweet, then this deep, almost earthy taste. Now, the doctors love to tell you about antioxidants and all these fancy words, but I did not eat chocolate for health. I ate it because it made me happy. And happiness, my dear, that is the real secret to a long life. Eat the chocolate. Enjoy it. Life is too short to skip dessert. Number 6, olive oil. Good olive oil. The kind from Italy or Greece. Green, fruity, a little bit peppery. I use it on everything. I first tasted real olive oil when I was 30, and we took a trip to Italy. We stayed in this little village in Tuscany. The woman who owned the house had olive trees. She made her own oil. One morning, she drizzled it on a piece of toasted bread, sprinkled a little salt on top, and handed it to me. I bit into it, and I swear it was like tasting sunshine. Bright, fresh, alive. From that moment on, I only used good olive oil. I would buy it from the Italian market in town. Pour it generously, because if you are going to eat something, eat the good stuff. And you know what? My skin still looks good. My joints still work. I think it is the olive oil. Keeps everything lubricated. That is what I tell people anyway. Number 7, sourdough bread. Real sourdough. The kind with a thick, crunchy crust and a chewy, tangy inside. Not that soft, fluffy bread they sell in plastic bags. Real bread. There was a bakery near our house when I was young. German bakery. They made sourdough every day. You could smell it from down the street. That yeasty, slightly sour smell. It would make you hungry just walking past. I would go there every Saturday morning, buy a fresh loaf, still warm, and I would tear off a piece and eat it right there on the street. The crust would crackle when you bit into it. Perfect. They say bread is bad for you now, makes you fat. Well, I have eaten bread every single day of my life, and I am still here, still sharp, still moving. Eat real bread. You will be fine. Number 8, tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes. In the summer, when they are ripe and sweet and juicy, not those pale, hard things they sell in the winter. Real tomatoes, from the garden. My husband and I used to grow tomatoes in our backyard. Big, beautiful beefsteak tomatoes. We would pick them when they were deep red and still warm from the sun. I would slice them thick, sprinkle a little salt and pepper, drizzle some olive oil, and that was lunch. The taste of a fresh tomato in August, there is nothing like it. Sweet and tart at the same time. Juicy. The flavor just bursts in your mouth. I think tomatoes kept me healthy because they made me happy. Every summer, I looked forward to tomato season. And joy, my dear, that is what keeps you alive. Not vitamins. Joy. Number 9, garlic. Oh, the garlic. I put garlic in everything. Soups, sauces, roasted vegetables, salad dressings. My husband used to joke that he could smell me coming from a mile away, and I would say, "Good, then you will always know where I am." Garlic has this power. It makes everything taste better, deeper, richer. You sauté it in olive oil and the smell fills your kitchen, makes you feel like you are cooking something special. And I think garlic kept me healthy. People say it is good for your immune system, fights off colds. I do not know about all that. I just know I never got sick much. Maybe it was the garlic. Maybe it was luck, but I kept eating it. Number 10, green tea. Real green tea from China. Loose leaf, steeped in a ceramic pot, no sugar, no milk. Every afternoon at 3 o'clock, like clockwork. My husband and I started this tradition when we were in our 30s. We visited a Chinese tea shop in San Francisco. The owner taught us how to brew it properly. Not too hot, not too long, just right. We would sit together and sip our tea. The taste was gentle, slightly sweet, clean. After he passed, I kept doing it. I would brew the tea myself, sit at the table, and toast to him, to the life we had. And then I would drink it slowly, let it warm me from the inside. People say green tea is healthy, full of antioxidants. But I drank it because it gave me peace, a moment of calm. And that, I think, is important. So there you have it, 10 foods that kept me alive for 101 years. Butter, eggs, red meat, potatoes, chocolate, olive oil, sourdough bread, tomatoes, garlic, and green tea. But here is what I learned in 101 years. Food is not just fuel. It is joy. It is memory. It is connection. Every meal I ate, I enjoyed. Every bite I took, I savored. I never counted calories, never felt guilty, never starved myself. I ate real food, good food, food that tasted like something. Go make yourself a nice meal and enjoy every single bite. Now, if my little tale tickled your ears, go on and subscribe. And don't be shy, drop a comment. I'm curious what you think, and it keeps me young at heart.